Poland will be represented in this year's Eurovision Song Contest by Marcin Mroziński with the song Legenda. In a couple of minutes, we will get to hear the final version of Marcin's song for Oslo 2010. But before we do that, we're having a few words with Marcin. We have him on the phone now for an exclusive interview on ESCRadio.com. Hi, Marcin.
Hello, hi, how are you?
I'm fine, and how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
We are curious now. In a couple of minutes, we will get to hear your final version for Oslo. So why did you make this new version, and what's actually new? How would you describe the changes in words?
Well, from the beginning, I wanted to do a version with live instruments. I wanted to do it much more powerful, and that's why I did the new version of my song. And I wanted to do it much more clearly because we didn't have so much time to work for our performance and our song before the final, because we get into the final just 2 weeks before national final in Poland. So we didn't have so much time to do a preview video and do some promotion before. So we had just 2 weeks, and we did a version like that. So I wanted to change that version for a new one, fresh one, and very powerful one.
When reading your biography, a keyword is certainly musical theater. You are an experienced musical performer. You played in the Phantom of the Opera. Currently, I think you're involved in 4 different stage productions. And later this year, you will perform in the musical Les Misérables. Is that your favorite kind of music? What kind of music do you listen to in private? What's the latest addition to your iPod or MP3 player?
Well, you can find some musicals, yes, because that's my favorite theater thing. In theaters, I love the most musicals, so that's why I'm doing it. Because I finished my drama school, typical normal drama school, no musical school. I finished drama school, but you can find some pop, rock, everything, almost everything, because I'm so open for any kinds of music.
It had been mentioned somewhere online, I think I read, that you would be also working on a first solo album. Is that proceeding? Is there a concept already for an album?
Yes, I'm working for my solo album. Everything is money, and I need money for that. I'm still looking for some sponsors for Eurovision. I would love to go for some European tour, but without money I cannot go anywhere. Yes, I'm working for my songs, for my album with pop and rock and a bit R&B mixed.
In Poland, I think the Eurovision Song Contest in Poland is not quite as popular as in many other European countries. What do you think are the reasons, and what do you think should be done to improve the view on Eurovision in your country?
I don't know. I am a big fan of Eurovision, but there are lots of people who even don't know what is Eurovision, and I don't know what we should change. I think the change is in mentality. We should think about the contest like it's the biggest contest, Europe contest, which ever happens in Europe, and I don't know why we don't think about it's a really great contest. I think that should be changed, but I am doing my best. I'm trying to show Poland that Eurovision is something very important. So I need to do my best for my country, and I hope I will.
Personally, you're a fan. Have you followed the contest over the years? I think you were about 8 or 9 years old when Poland first participated with Edyta Górniak back in 1994. Actually, that was about the age when I first got involved or interested in Eurovision.
Really?
So have you followed the contest over the years?
Yes, of course. And yes, that was my beginning. Edyta Górniak and our first big success, and I think the last big success on Eurovision. But I hope I can change it.
You should copy that success.
Yeah, I do my best for that. But I cannot do this without votes from fans.
That's true. So you are quite aware of the competition of the other songs. How do you rate the standard of songs this year? Do you have any favorites, maybe? Or
yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. I said I am a big fan of Eurovision, so I do have lots of favorites. But I think I just read something that people are saying that this year is really bad, but I think it is not. There are some songs which are maybe a little bit different than normally we've heard on Eurovision, and maybe that's why people are not having the typical, Eurovision songs. But there are really lots of good songs, and I think it's going to be a good competition this year.
Well, we can't have this interview without mentioning the performance. I think many listeners would have seen your performance from the Polish national final. Will there be any changes for Oslo? What can we expect?
Yes. As I said at the beginning of the interview, we had just 2 weeks to prepare everything, and so it was completely not done. We are doing some rehearsals at the moment. We are preparing our show, much more Polish show. So it's going to be much more of this folk part on the stage, more folk costumes, better singing. Everything is going to be prepared for Eurovision and for the Europe final.
I think we shouldn't keep the listeners in suspense any longer. Thanks a lot for this interview. It was a pleasure talking to you. And we will speak again soon, live on site in Oslo for another interview. So, can I ask you, would you announce your song yourself here on ESCRadio.com?